Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it is Saturday Bolo Day. We do a deep dive into what sold on eBay in the last week, and we tell you all about it. And here is somebody that just can't stop talking, and my partner, Mr. Magazine.
Exactly. All right, Christmas season, or at least I think it is right now. I don't know what time this is going to be aired, but hey, up.
Oh, no, I just saw the price.
This is, well, I wanted to say it just as it is. The Fridge, G.I. Joe Hasbro Vintage, 1987 4-inch figure with card. It went for $75. We got a new lister. He's not bad, but I don't think you could fit Refrigerator Perry.
But I don't think he knows who William Perry is either.
Right,
it probably
right,
says
yeah.
the Fridge on that card,
Yeah,
and he wouldn't
him.
know that. Yeah,
But he's still wasting the vintage in there because you got 1987.
Yes.
So that's something we got to work on.
and you probably, if you probably could get rid of the words vintage and figure,
Right.
and put in William the Fridge Perry.
Right. Yeah, I don't blame him there, but definitely you're wasting words with vintage.
You probably don't need Hasbro either, because again, I probably would
no
do.
one's searching at Hasbro.
Yeah, I would do William the Fridge Perry,
Yeah.
G.I. Joe 1987 4-inch with card.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I don't know if this is the mail away version. There is a mail away. There's two versions of this.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if this is.
I think it's a
not.
mail away, just because it's got the little bag and all that stuff. Yeah.
Get a free action. It is. Yeah. There's your get a free Fridge action figure. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Well, this guy didn't get it for free. He had to pay $75.
Pretty good return on investment for somebody.
Exactly. Elle Fashion Magazine, Italian. You want to say that?
You're Italian. You can do it.
Chiguno. Yep. 1997.
I had that
Trucco,
once with
Nendo, Chisa.
I had that once with Mozzarella.
Anyways, it took 3-4 years, and it went for $90 though, so I can't argue with that.
Yeah, and for something like that, what kills me is when it's a $12 magazine and it takes 3 years to sell. Right. I don't mind it taking 3 years on a $90 magazine.
Well, and the way eBay is nowadays, I'm very happy to get $90 out of anything, so let alone a magazine. Next up, 1995 Upper Deck NFL Football Hobby Box Factory Sealed. I bought 2 of these from a customer, and I had this guy hounding me $50 each. I'll give you 100, 50 a box. I held out, and I got 65. So I guess sometimes it pays if you know what your product is. Stand by your price, and it'll sell at some point.
How many packs are in there?
I think 36.
So that's not a good box.
No, it's average Upper Deck, and there's 1995. I don't think there's any great rookies in there, and it's not junk wax, but it's middle of the road.
Okay.
Yeah. Next up, Red.
Thank you.
That's the color of this item. It's the first word out the box. Anyone searching on Red, you're going to find this. International Harvester 1086 Tractor Ertl diecast car, $25. I think this is small, like Hot Wheels size, but again, $25. Can't argue with that.
Fans of that 70s shows were all over this.
Exactly. In the color red. All right, The Advocate, Gay Interest, November 28th, 1995. Howard Stern, Jerry Stud. Again, I wish I had great listers that could spell, because sometimes I could get more money or things sell a lot quicker. But at some point, let me see, 3 years later, someone realized it was spelled wrong, and they probably wanted Howard Stern.
All right, $15.
Dressed in drag. I would have said Stern dressed in drag, right?
Yeah, Howard Stern drag, yeah. Baba Booey to you.
Yeah, exactly. You got that right.
That's quite the tensus.
Next up, Looney Tunes 1973, Warner Pepsi.
It's a totally farcical story. Sorry, I can do it all day.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. We've seen it. 1973, Warner Pepsi Collector Series Glasses, lot of 6. Now, this snuck through me. No one didn't get, cleared to list 6 glasses in a lot. Now, I don't know if this went out yet, but it looks like a complete nightmare getting to the destination in one piece.
You're going to have to,
waste a lot of time and money wrapping these suckers up, because I do not trust the post office or UPS.
Well, especially during the season.
Yeah,
especially during the season, yep.
Only $50, a little less than $10 a glass, but still, 3 get there shattered. What good is it?
Well, and that's one thing too, that a lot of the people out there watching us may sell glasses all day, and you may know exactly how to pack these so they get there safely. Yeah. These aren't things that we pack every day, so we don't have all those tricks down. Exactly. We may not even have all the things that we need. That you might say, oh, there's a perfect way to do that with this and this. We may not have those supplies in stock.
Exactly.
Similarly, a lot of times when I'm talking to a civilian who doesn't sell on eBay and mentioning, or who does just a little bit, and I mention a number of items that I sell in a day between eBay and the other venues, oh my gosh, the packing has to be terrible. No, not really, because I tend to sell same size stuff, and I've got all of the supplies that I need, and it's just you grab the item, I can get something packed in 30 seconds because I've been doing it for years. Now, it's when I sell something like this that, yes, the packing is a nightmare.
Well, and we sell, hundreds of items daily. You have a high success rate, and a lot of people are happy, very professional compared to other sellers that they deal with. The problem is you get one thing that slips through the cracks. It's a crappy packing job. Well, it could be the post office. It could be something like this.
It could be a crappy packing job on this. But because you pack this poorly, just using it as an example, doesn't mean you're going to pack a record poorly.
Right. Or for example, we sold some lobby cards, and it was only $10 for 3 of them. Well, the packer didn't put them in a box because box costs money. They didn't pay a lot of shipping, so they double cardboard it. Still got snapped in half.
Oh wow!
So it's not even worth selling stuff like that because it's going to high success rate is going to get damaged. So.
Right.
All right. I think last up for me here is Take One.
All right.
Volume 3, number 9, May 1973. Unicorn Magazine, Christopher Lee on the cover. Someone bought a bunch of Christopher Lee magazines from me, and this one went for $36.
So what did you have to say?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how about you?
Top left corner.
Leone talks. I didn't see that. It's great. Good stuff.
It is all good stuff.
Again, my listeners do not really have an eye for any, that's a shame.
I would have brought that right to you and said, you got to frame this up. Exactly. Leone talks.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I also would have brought you the Burchard system right in your forehead. Fumigation Engineers letter opener, Utica, Rochester, New York. Not something or other that I usually deal in, and actually more common than I thought. I saw this out, and I thought I had scored because it was like $1 or $2 at a sale. I think I got $25 for it, so I didn't do bad on it. But, I mean, look at how intricate and neat that looks over there. Turns out there were a fair number of these out there.
Well, I'd rather have the Burchard fumigation in my forehead than the letter opener in my throat.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. It's a great advertising letter opener. Measures 1 inch by 8.5 inches, and it is metal. Oh. I probably now would put something down, like a piece of paper, to get a larger picture out of it, just because it's not a very good picture. So, but it still did sell. But this is one of those, like I said, for $1 or $2, definitely worth buying to sell.
Yeah.
But I was thinking it was worth quite a bit more when I saw it.
Cool.
Up next, this I had no idea. I thought I was just going to list it over on Amazon. There were none on Amazon, so I just said, I don't know what to do. X, The Life and Times of Malcolm X, libretto, 1986, booklet from the opera. There were none of these out there. I had nothing at all to cop. I had no idea at all what it was. I had picked it up at a library sale. I put it up for $54, and I got a $40 offer on it, and I was glad to have that go. And it's something or other that went overseas.
Cool.
So yeah, sometimes you can't find anything. You just put a price on it, and it wasn't that old. 1986. I guess it's getting old, but not really that old overall. Penn State University, 1962 yearbook, La Vie, PSU football. This was one that a person actually asked, is so-and-so in it? And because I happen to know where the yearbooks are, and I knew it was a big yearbook, so it would kind of stand out in the pile. I said, I guess I'll look for it. I got some time. So I started going through it. Come to find out, this was the first time that I've ever seen this. Penn State actually, at the end, has a listing of all students that graduated that year that were in the yearbook. Of course, I went through about 6 of the agricultural school and the business school before some reason or other I flipped to the back and I said, or I could just look in the back rather than going through every single school trying to find the guy. So then I contacted him. I said, yes, the person you're asking about is in there. They bought it immediately and said, that's my father. My father didn't have enough money to buy his yearbook when he was in college, and I'm giving it to him for Christmas. Very cool. So that was a very, very cool ending to that. So I guess sometimes you do have to, if you're set up to do it, which Mr. Magazine is not, but sometimes you do have to do that little extra step for people, and it does pay off at times.
For $40-$50, and sometimes when I'm desperate, I probably would do that.
Walt Disney's Dumbo, Japanese language hardcover board book with a dust jacket. $20 out of it. what can you say? Just
Cool
if you're
cover.
out at
Cool cover.
if you're out at a library sale, always check the foreign language area. I always do, and you find something rather like this, and you can get $20 out of it, and you're paying $1 for it. You're not going to have a lot of competition on it, is what it comes down to. And somebody out there is going to be a Disney collector and is going to want something rather like this.
Wow.
So, buy it. Buckeye Politicians and Soul Dukes, 1971 ad flyer, Soul Shack, Albany, New York. I got $34 out of this over here. Literally, it's a piece of paper. Single-sided piece of paper, an advertisement for that. These are always tough because you never know if they're original or somebody made a copy of it, because when they were originally made, sometimes they were copies back in the day.
Right.
Is it vintage to the day? Is it newer? I don't know. I mean, I guess you could probably look through a loop or a black light or something sometimes to tell. But you're not going to pay a lot for this. I guess that's bottom line what it is, because how many of these possibly survived? Not a lot.
One.
Up next, Richardson's 32 prize yokes, new designs, book 10, 1910s, Richardson Silk Company, $24. I brought this up because if you looked at my Madison Mockville haul video that I put up, it was about the only good buy was a whole bunch of things like this, sewing things from the 1910s, and a couple of people that I know kind of laughed at me and was like, that stuff's not good. $24 a piece, and I paid under $1 a piece, and they're selling.
Wow.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. So do take a look. Pre-1920 sewing actually is pretty good. And finally, Junior Prom Magazine, which actually, believe it or not, Mr. Magazine, this is a Rochester, New York publication.
I see that. Wow.
And it's got in there
How did I never buy any?
It's got in there, the favorite hangouts, and so that is some local snack bar kind of place that all the kids would hang out.
Edgerton Park might be in there.
Yeah, probably. Junior prom night at the Stone Street Rollerdrome and so on. And also Bing Crosby is in there as well. So pretty cool. I had 3 of them I had picked up at a sale. I put all 3 up. All 3 sold to the same buyer. So at $32 a piece.
From Rochester?
No, Missouri. That was the crazy thing about it, too. I was like, I'm not certain why this guy's buying that from Missouri, but hey, God bless him. He now has the best Rochester, New York Junior Prom Magazine collection in Missouri.
Is there Rochester, Missouri?
No. There might be, but he wasn't from there. So I don't know. He just wants to work on his Rochester, New York collection, I guess.
Good for him.
So that's this week's show. Hit the like button if you could, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.